Relax your shoulders, lift your heart a little bit. And we'll begin with yoga breathing or yogic breathing. So we're going to start to use our nose. And as you breathe through your nose, take deeper breaths. So we're going to elongate our breath. And as you're breathing in, breathe into every cell and feel like you're breathing in new energy. Because you are. You're breathing in new prana. Breathe through both nostrils so that we unite the Shakti and the Shiva energy and we turn that into one energy. And if you'd like to, close your eyes. Anytime you want to open them, anytime something doesn't feel right, we stop. We're going to do about 45 minutes. I couldn't find my watch. It's buried somewhere in all the boxes. And again, breathe in blessings. Happy Guru Purnima's Day today. Thank you to all our great gurus, and to mine, to Ramaka, to Vashakti, to Ram, to so many, Guruji, Swamiji, Saram. Breathe, and as you're inhaling, feel your chest expanding. So you feel like you're breathing into a balloon when you're inhaling, and then as you exhale, you feel everything softly collapse. Try to make your breathing your focus for the next 45 minutes that we share. And try to really elongate your breathing. Slow it down. Exhale completely, if you will. Rest your hands comfortably on your knees. We'll keep a deep breathing pranayama going through our practice. And now we'll stretch our bodies, and especially our fascia. So if you can imagine, our muscles are a little tight right now, and the fascia in between them is a little bit tight. We're going to get that nice and stretchy, and that's throughout our whole body, throughout every part of our body, through every cell of our body. So breathing in at your own pace. Remember, you breathe, some of us a little deeper, some of us a little quicker or slower. Just try to slow it down a little. Drop your head, and we'll start with some neck rolls. So go to the right side if you like first, and only roll back if it's comfortable. Breathe through your nose. And do about 5 on the right. I'll see if I can find us a little yoga music for the background. Easier said than done. Inhaling and exhaling through your nose. And again, slowing down and feeling a pause, if you will, between your inhalations and your exhalations. And come back to center when you're ready. And we'll go the other way, left side. Left ear gently caresses the left shoulder or thereabouts. Breathe. Inhaling deep, fresh new breaths, and exhaling complete old breaths, if you will. And you're going to feel that. You're going to feel a little sniffly. You're going to feel fluids, if you will, move around. Breathe deeply in and release. Again, all that old stuff, stuffology. Come back to center. Keep your chin down toward the center of your collarbones and place your hands on the back of your skull. Drop your elbows to the earth. Breathe. Be gentle with your neck. Pull your chin into your collarbone center, but again, with kindness. Come down, roll again, slowly, your shoulders soft, your elbows down toward the earth, different for all of us, depending on how long our arms are. Breathe. Stretch your back by pushing your buttocks the opposite way into that cushion if you need to. Remember to sit on a cushion. I'll sit a little further back. It's still pretty dark, sorry. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Reach. Breathe. Drop your head. Reach your fingertips, if you will, toward me, please. Breathe through your nose. Awesome. Inhale, reach up. Stretch your fascia, stretch your back, relax your shoulders, reach up toward the sky. Desperate need a haircut. Here we go, circles. So we're moving some energy around, and best of all, we're moving our wrist joints and our fingers. Spread them and move them. Good, but relax your shoulders. And remember, if something doesn't feel good, you stop. And place your hands into gentle fists. If you want to, bring the thumb on the inside of your fingers and do some circles. If you'll notice, my left is going left and my right is going right. If you can manage to draw the circles like that, it's great. And go the other way, a few circles. You'll feel tingles. Try to sit up straight, breathe. And then out to your sides. Some joint twists for the shoulders, elbows, if you will, and wrists. Breathe. Inhale, and place your left hand on the ground. Reach your right arm over your right ear and slide sideways. And again, try not to come forward. If anything, pull back a little bit in this stretch. You can gaze up if your neck allows, or just relax your neck like I am. Breathe. Open your chest and your ribs. Breathe into your lungs deeply. Breathe. Perfect. Let's go to the other side, over to your right. If you did your right, do your left, doesn't matter. Stretch up again, avoid this. Again, we're really trying to pull back, especially in this area of our shoulders that's constantly leaning forward with our phones and stuff. New fresh prana in, inhale. So we're doing about 3 to 5 breaths, a little hatha yoga practice with pranayama, asana, on the Path of yoga, if you will, today. Inhale, come up. Back to those circles above your head, moving any clouds that might be there. Just push them away. Remember, you can control your thoughts. So decide right now to feel good. I feel good. I feel healthy. I feel grateful. Interlace those fingers and let's stretch out all the fascia in our hands. Palms to the sky, shoulders relaxed. You can close your eyes. Breathe. Slow down your breathing through your nose, yogic breaths. Move your feet if you need to. Bring your hands down if you need to. Listen to your body tempo. It's yours. Hands behind your head, chest open. This is for your pectorals, and also to squeeze those shoulder blades together tightly and massage that text neck. Open, breathe. Good. And release. You can shake them out, move your shoulders. A couple of shrugs is good for them. Just gently with the shoulders, they're delicate. Take your right hand, place it on your left knee. Keep your sit bones, or the hip front of your hips, if you will, the front of your pelvic girdle forward. And bring your left hand gently behind you. Again, not the best lighting. Twist through your thoracic, through your middle. Breathe, look over your left shoulder. Again, twists are something you want to be careful with. You want to use the middle of your back. Take some deep breaths. Always look after the weaker parts like your neck and your lumbar. And that's why we're trying to create muscles in our abdominal area and our back, just so that we can keep an eye on that beautiful spine and protect it with strong muscles. 3 to 5 breaths on each side. We'll go the other way. Left hand on the right knee. Again, not throwing yourself down or around. Try to sit up straight. I'm stretching my fingers as well by pushing open my hand. Breathe. Twist those shoulders a little bit together almost in a way. It's a feeling of deep twist and deep breath uniting in this asana of sage, if you will. Excellent. Let's come back. So we've given our neck a little bit of movement and the fascia and our shoulders and our chest. So let's keep working on some more movement in the body. Shake out your legs, your hips, and your knees so your joints get a little massage. My feet are always dirty from the garden. My apologies. So give them a little shake. And let's start with a head to knee pose. So we're going to pull the right heel in toward the perineum. If you want to advance, you can place that right heel on top of your left thigh. Move the glute max muscles open so you're rooted into your sit bones. Try not to hang out like this. Sit up straight. Fold. You can place your hands even on the front of those hips if you like. Inhale. And instead of diving into the pool, just gently fold forward. You're going to feel it immediately through the posterior of your back left leg. Should that be a little tight for you and you've got a tight hamstring, tuck a blanket or something underneath your knee. Good. Those that can reach, if your hands permit, reach for your foot and hold. You can wrap if you want, 2 big fingers around the big toe with one hand. Or just interlace. Keep stretching, pushing down into your right knee. And in Hatha Yoga, inhaling up, exhaling lowering. Perfect. Inhale, take those arms up, raise them up, and exhale, stay in the position. This time, lift your foot in toward you like a baby, and then wrap your hand around your right knee. So you're hugging your baby. Some of us have long arms, we can do this. Some of us it might be holding our hand around our joints, then massage your buttocks. So you're kind of using the bone to gently rub out and open the fascia in the buttocks and the outer hip. Also, we're stretching the sciatic here. So our life nerve, if you will, is being opened on both sides. Pull your baby back up. Love your leg. Sit up straight. Try not to round your back. Breathe. You can flex the left foot if you've got some flexibility, but be careful that the left leg doesn't cramp. Breathe through your nose. Chest toward your calf. Perfect. And then for the last part of the sequence, take your left hand and place it on your foot if that's available. Sorry. And if not, wrap it around your leg somewhere or use a belt, a towel, and take your shirt off and wrap that around. Place your hand behind you. Try to line it up with your spine as much as you can. Watch the shoulder. Now, to feel this correctly, you're pulling the left leg or the right leg over the left. So there's a crossing and a stretch of the IT band. Again, no sagging. Sit up straight. Twist a little bit through your thoracic. Take a few deep breaths. Keep lifting the leg and pulling it over the grounded leg. And smile, like Ravika says. Love you, sis. We got to do more regular yoga again. Okay. Breathe. Inhale, come up, circle the ankle. So again, we're massaging all our joints, all our connective tissue, stretching our muscles, and feeding our bones some fresh new oxygen too. Breathe. Take that leg, let it come out. Pull the left foot in toward the inside of your right thigh, or if again it's available, you can place the foot on top of your thigh. Pull open your cheeks so that you're rooted, again, right down into the base of your spine. Feel like a triangle of the sit bones and the front of the pubic bone. Inhale up. Take a big breath in, fill that balloon full of new life force. Exhale, come down to wherever you're comfortable. Use a blanket under your knee again if your hamstring's too tight. Breathe through your nose. Anywhere that you're moving or stretching is perfect for your body at this time. We're all experiencing different things, so you have to respect your body and listen to it. Although we used to say things like, try to find the comfort in discomfort. You don't really want to feel discomfort. You just want to feel like you're working, like you're challenging all your tissues to elongate and to elongate your life. Yoga is the fountain of youth. Breathe. Ustasana. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, come down. Into Cradle Stretch we go. So for some of us, we're going to use our hands, and for some, we're going to bring the foot in and then massage your sit bone into your buttocks, cheeks. Chica. Chica, chica. Breathe. Round in circles. Again, this is beautiful for the sciatic nerve, that vital life nerve, that when it's having a hard time or it's tight in fascia, any pinched nerves in that area, they can wipe us out, really. So this is terrific. Keep breathing. Hold it. Take a few breaths, seating, strong. Excuse me. And again, right toes up to the sky if that's available. Breathe. Don't hurt your quadricep on your right leg. Right hand into the left foot, extend the left leg over the right leg. So it's not over here, it's crossed over to stretch the back side of the IT band. Sit up straight, left hand behind you, perhaps on your fingertips. Gaze over your left shoulder. Breathe. Oh, feeling better already. Hope you guys are. Seriously, couldn't get a sentence. Couldn't do anything yesterday. I should have turned everything off and just kept unpacking. Breathe. Excellent work. Inhale, hug that knee, give it a love squeeze. It's good for your back as well. It's good for your heart. Joint massage with some circles going back and forth. Perfect. Breathe. While our legs are still straight, keep them padded if you need to. I'm adjusting every chance I get to get more rooted into my sit bone and to massage the sciatic. Inhale. Padmasana is the west side body stretch. So we're stretching the full back of our body. I'm actually facing in the direction of west right now and east forward. So my yoga mat is always facing east so that I can get up early with the sun and all the animals and nature and Mother Nature. And when we get up and we do Surya Namaskara, every day we say thank you for the light. We say thank you for life. We say thank you, sun. It's just a beautiful way of opening your body, taking deep breaths. Inhale and exhale as you deepen in Padmasana. Padma, the west side, where the sun of your body sets. Bend your knees, pad your knees. Just move and breathe. Exhaling on the way down. It's about 6 breaths already. Inhale up. And exhale, drop the hands, point the toes, fingers toward your buttocks. We're going to do the opposite of what we call Puruttanasana, the east side of the body stretch. This is going to be maybe tough on some shoulders. So if you need to, you bend those knees and come into tabletop. Otherwise, it's like an upside down plank. Lift your heart to the sky. Make sure your wrists are directly in line with your shoulders. So they're not out of whack like this, they're straight. About a foot away from your buttocks, 5 breaths if you can. Tabletop if you need to. Stretch the shoulders, stretch the front, the east side of your body. Am I dropping my head back? No. Neck is sensitive, be careful. Looking forward, using all the muscles active in my arms, pointing my toes, lifting my torso, engaging Mula Bandha, those that are familiar. Well done. Now, pull your heels together for bound angles. So in yoga, we're trying to, when we do a Hatha class, to create not only stretching, but strengthening and relaxation, a trifecta method, if you will. Pull your heels in. Once again, out goes the buttocks. Cha-cha. Let's see if I can, while you're in bound angle, bring your feet together and as close to your body as you can. Inhale and exhale through your nose. And we're going to fold forward. We're going to hold our feet as much as we can. So wrap your hands around your feet, however they feel most comfortable. Some people like to use a belt here as well, and you can also sit on your blanket. Inhale, Baddha Konasana. Kona means angle. So we use that term a lot in yoga. Here go the buttocks. Inhale. Baddha, bound angle pose. Exhale down. Breathe. Holding again about 5-6 breaths here, depending on how you want to hold your feet. You can hold them, separate them. Just, you're not coming down like this. You're coming down with a long, open chest, long spine. Those that want to advance can bring your hands out and go a little deeper. Those that need to pad underneath your knees, please do. Remember, you're going to feel different every day in your yoga practice. For example, I've got a lot of, I'm breathing differently today than I might tomorrow or later this afternoon. So honor your body at the time and the present that it's in. Very good. Inhale up, knees together. And before we come out and move out onto our knees, we're going to open up into wide angle pose. So another kona, wide angle. Stretch into a big triangle. I'm going to take my inner thigh, push it under, and pull my buttocks up. Same on both sides. Under and up. Good. Inhale, not diving again. Just lean forward. For some of us, it might be here. We may go a little deeper. Morning, you might have less flexibility. So just creep your fingers, little spider fingers, toward me. And keep exhaling as you come down. And wide angle stretch. Pad your knees. Don't push anything that doesn't feel right. Remember, this is, again, something that takes time to stretch. It took me a long time, maybe 10 years in this asana to get my chest down. So practice. Sadhana. Breathe through your nose. Exhaling as you deepen. Stretch the inner opener and closer muscles of your inner thighs here especially. Some feel a burning in the knee. That's tight fascia in your knee joints. You may need to pad them a little bit. I can guarantee if you do this daily, that burning will go away. It just takes a few weeks. Breathe. Let's make this a side stretch. So enjoy inhaling up. Come over to one foot. I'm going to go to my left here and try to pull the upper arm over and back. Don't let it hang out in front of you. Don't worry about reaching for your foot. Look up. Take 3 breaths here to the side. Smile, close your eyes, or focus on a drishti point, a focal point. Let's switch sides, 3 breaths to your other side. Nice work. Come up and gently pull the knees in. Give them a little help if they need to, and bring yourself onto your knees. Good. Turn your toes under. Let's stretch the fascia there as well. So lots of muscles. We say, what is it, 640 in teacher training, but there's over 800 muscles in our body. They have fascia between each of them. Then there's the organs. If this gets tight, this fascia grows and it creates like a scar tissue, and that's why you feel this tightness. and this pain and stuff, we can move that. Stretch it. Stretch it out of your toes. If it's a little sore, try to breathe through and stretch the fascia. Use your breath. Use your mind. Use your power in the toes. Perfect. So sorry. Good. Now tap them out on all fours. So bring yourself into all fours or tabletop. Massage your feet. Make sure your knee joint is directly underneath your hip and you're not like this or like this with your arms. Your arms will be a little wider than your knees will be. Drop your belly, look up. Let's do our first pranayama. So again, yama means control and prana is your life force. So we're controlling our life force. We're getting more breath, more life force in. Inhale as you look up, like we do in yoga. Through both nostrils, down the main channel. Exhale, pull and round your back into what we call a little Halloween-shaped cat. Inhale into a smile, arch your back and look up. Full spinal bend, exhale. Again, this done daily to massage your... So up and down with the pranayama. 3 or 4 more, if you will. Inhale and come up, if you will, slowly to downward facing dog. Walk it out, if you will. So what's downward facing dog? Your hands are shoulder width apart. You've got full involvement of both your hands. For some of us, this feels horrible at first. I remember the first time I did it, it felt so foreign. And it takes a lot of practice to get long muscles in the back of your legs. So just walk it out. Spread your shoulders. If you're bent like this, who cares? Just start with your knees bent and your buttocks up. Take your time to work your heels toward the earth. They never actually go down. They're always a tiny bit off the earth. Once we've found it, we want to activate all the muscles in our hands. So use your hands. Use all the muscles in your forearms. So rotate them out a little bit. Good. Now rotate them in a little bit. Good. Now do the same thing with the upper arms. Rotate them out and activate them. Open and widen your shoulders. Keep your ears in line for Hatha Yoga. Don't look at your navel. Keep your ears in line with your arms. Creating a triangular shape. Don't forget, there's 2 different sizes of limbs here. So the legs and the arms are a different length. Breathe. Good. Come up onto your toes and walk to the top of your mat. Now you can hang out here in Uttanasana, which is forward fold. Feet open is going to be, that's a little easier when your feet and your heels are away from one another in yoga. Let the head come down. If you have low blood pressure here, be very careful, especially. Keep your head up, and if you're pregnant, your head should also be up in a forward fold. Good. Wish I could see you. Wish we were in a class together, so hoping everybody's going easy here. Knees bent, chest toward the thighs. There's no worries about getting the fingers down. That'll all come. Just take time, breathe. So from Uttanasana, we're going to bring our body up slowly. We're going to let it rotate and roll the spine with the head coming up last. Excellent. At any time, if you feel like you need some water, you have some water, take a sip of water. Otherwise, we're just going to continue now with the movements of basically Surya Namaskara. So we're going to try and kind of add a little bit of spice to some of the asanas. And we won't be doing every single one of them, but bring your feet together. Come into a mountain pose, Tadasana, at the top of your mat. Unite, again, energy of all of us with the energy of yourself, if you can imagine, universal energy. Maybe I'll come on this side, it's brighter. There we go. So again, when we celebrate today, we celebrate the great gurus. So let's celebrate Swami Shivananda, my first teacher when I was 16 years old. Beloved Swami will do a little bit of his style by inhaling, coming up, and then bend back. So this is your first back bend. Go easy here. We're not that warmed up in the back, so go easy. I'm going to drop my head. You don't have to. You keep that head up if that feels better, like this. Arms in line with the ears, like it's taught. I'm going a little deeper. Just want to open, rinse out that full moon. Exhale. Now we fold forward. So the next pose rinses out that first pose in Uttanasana. We've already done this, guys, so let's step the right foot back and take a nice runner's lunge. Let's do our angles like we do in yoga. I'm wiggling my toe forward just because I know my body. I want to get the knee in line with the heel, and then the next angle here. So I've got a nice 90 degree. This hip, both of them should be facing forward with your shoulders. The back foot, it should be like this, pushed back. The toe should be straight up in line with the heel. See the line, 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 line. If it's too much, drop the knee, and that'll support you. Pat it. Otherwise, look forward in the runner's lunge, just as we are. Find your comfort zone, holding. And those that want to go further can take the pose up a little bit. Good. Breathe. So hands on the knees drops, hand on the floor. Now we're going to do something a little different. Turn your body, but from your middle if you can. Keep your hips facing forward. Stretch your arms. I see a little rainbow here. Come forward and bring your hands into prayer position. Nice work. Take your hands and line the front foot or frame your left foot. Step back and into plank position. So we did the forward plank or the backward plank. Now we're doing the forward one. Back is straight from the neck down to your heels. Take 5 deep breaths. Too much, drop the knees. Good. Hold. But don't hold your breath. Breathe into it. Firing up a little bit here. Take it to the right side, so onto your right foot, if you can, into Ustasana. Go into a side plank. You can modify by bringing your left foot forward. Or coming onto your forearm. Breathe. Look up if you can, or down if it's easier. Let's continue. Keep the fire going. Hands down. Exhale. We're going to do Chaturanga. Inhale. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, or you can go into Cobra, Bhujangasana, and then exhale, downward dog. Which I always say we can't call it. We've got to go downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Walk it out. Take a breath or two here, resting. Good. Breathe. So we step that right foot back. Now what we're going to do is step the right foot forward. So now we've got the lunge on the other side. Make sure the back heel is lined up, so the toe and heel are in line. The front knee and ankle or heel are in line. Straight forward look. Drop the back knee if you need to. High runner's lunge. Breathe. Arms up. Shoulders down. Inhaling and exhaling through your nose. Find a focal point. Activate all the muscles in your back leg. Then a little twist. There we go. Try to reach the back arm, right arm back toward your left. Hold. Breathe. Nice work. Come back, bring your hands, still looking forward. Prayer position. Find your power and your strength in the pose. Here we go. Hands frame the right foot, step back, plank position. 3 breaths this time. Core strength. Come on, fire up into the core. Breathe through your nose. Left side. Vashisthasana. Again, modify if you need to. Come down onto this forearm. I might show you, but I got a bit of a shoulder injury. It'll take me longer to get down and back up. Breathe. Those that want to make it more advanced, go ahead. Try to draw those straight angles. Inhale, take it down, Chaturanga, or just come down onto your belly. Up we go. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. So let's just gently walk to the center of our mat. And because we're doing 45 minutes, we could go into all kinds of side stuff, but I think we'd like to do a little bit of balancing. It really helps us concentrate. Pratyahara, if you will, one of the 8 limbs, Ashtanga Yoga, by the father of yoga, Padma Joy. I'm in chair pose. Got to be careful with this pose, not stick the buttocks up. It's a very challenging pose. Even I struggle with keeping my back straight, really engaging my thighs. It's harder than it looks. Uttasana. Good. Sorry, Miss Len. Very pretty. Now let's find a few balancing poses. I'm not sure how we're doing for time. Yep, we said about 45 minutes. So this is perfect. Take tree pose, Vidakasana at your own pace. So when you're ready, you can bring your heel up, right heel. We usually start on the sun side. And then walk it up anywhere on your left leg, but please avoid your left knee. Good. Getting warm. Had the heat on in here. So again, that's great. We're igniting the fire, the digestive system. So I think I kind of made a joke. There's a beautiful farmer's market I'm dying to see here in the new house. But I was too hungry. So I knew I'd end up with 14 different cheeses and 95,000 different fruits and who knows what. So I thought, wait, breathe, and then there's the bake shops, dear Lord. Breathe, and the pies. Breathe. Tree pose, Ustasana. You can extend it further, bring your foot up onto your thigh. Bend your knee, just find it for you. Maybe do Lotus, Padma, Mudra. Nice, take your knee now, bring it out in front of you and just hold the leg up for a few breaths. Try not to sway back. Breathe. Take your right hand to your right knee and pull it open. Those that would like to advance, take your peace fingers, find a drishti point and pull your foot open. Breathe with your focal point at whatever feels right for you. Come back to center, leg up again. Well done. And release this side. Walk it out. Breathe through your nose. Let's do the other side. So when you're ready, raise your left foot up, avoiding the knee, into your leg, your right leg. When you're ready, express your tree. Ustasana. Use your hands to express, and again to activate nerves and your brain. Lots going on scientifically in yoga. Breathe. Knee out, hands on your hips will help. Foot out, 3 breaths to the front. Strengthening by not leaning back your core, your legs. Amazing. Hand on the left knee, open to the left side. Or those that can, take the foot with the toe or hand. Advance. Using a drishti point, a focal point will help. Of course, breath helps. Back down. Out to the front again. Well done. 2 more breaths. Well done. And knee can drop. Take a moment. Right hand gently opens. So you can place the foot in, or place, if you'd like, your hand over the top of your foot. Here again, it's a great day for gurus. So Om Namo Shivaya to our first guru, Shiva. Here we take now the hand again. Some people again holding on the inside. I'm going to try and hold the top of my foot. Keep your hip from swaying back. So your right hip wants to whale itself out. Don't let it. Keep it lined up, facing forward. Left hand comes into the next angle. And we try to keep everything as square as we can. In Lord Shiva's pose, Natarashanasana. From here, I'm going to pull up, push the knee back, and go into Warrior 3. Virabhadrasana, if you will. Long, straight T shape. Try to hold. Warrior 3, please. Inhale and exhale through your nose. Again, you can drop anytime into a different pose if something doesn't feel right. Use your hands. Try not to rotate the hip. And come up on this side. Nice work. Let's celebrate again. Om Namo Shivaya. Bring your left foot, left hand together. Reach out. Come into the dancer, Lord of the dance. Breathe. Keep a focal point. Strong leg without locking knees. Nothing's forced in yoga. Back to center. You can drop the foot if you like, or just lift the knee and then push back and try to come into Warrior Virabhadrasana. And you can learn about these warriors and these sages that these great poses were named after. In one of our courses, we got one coming up. After the anatomy and asana is mythology. Inhale to the top of your mat. Let's raise our hands, bend back. Well done. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step back to downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana from Uttanasana. Knees down, gently back. While we're all bendy and squishy, let's do Ustasana, the camel pose, to awaken our spine. Remember, a flexible spine, a young life. Push forward. Don't worry about hitting or reaching for your toes. It's about creating the hump of the camel in your spine. So we're already in camel. This isn't camel. This isn't camel. This is camel. Then, if you have long enough arms, you might be able to reach for your heels. And if you need a couple more inches, like we could all use sometimes, we can turn up the heel, and that'll give you 8 inches or whatever you need to open a bit. Swinging your arms back is going to hurt your shoulders. They're too delicate, so guide them back at your own pace. Dropping the head is also a little bit challenging for the neck, so I like to look forward in this pose. I like to take all advantage. Toes. Maybe at night I'm more squishy, but this is not my favorite pose. Nor was it Samantha's. Those that know my sister, she wouldn't put these in her classes, so we used to buy her things that had camels all the time. Breathe. Love you, Sam. Miss you. Miss you so much. So now we've done a bendy, bendy back. We got to do a bend forward so that the spine releases that flexion and, again, squishing together, stretching out, squishing together, stretching out. So good for you. Take a moment in child's pose, balasana. Open your knees, bring your belly down in between your legs. And again, even if we're not moving too much, but we're still breathing, we're doing pranayama, that's amazing. So it was 45 minutes. I know we could probably practice together for another 3 hours. I'd love to get together again tomorrow before our new course, and I'll touch base with you on that. So let's take a moment. Let's do a pranayama to end our session. I'm going to come into full lotus. It's the end of the class, so I feel a little bit more open. Lotus is Padma and asana, so Padmasana, the lotus pose. And let's take a moment to straighten our back. We'll do Nadi Shodhana. So we're going to use, if you will, our thumb and our ring finger to close one nostril and open the other and rotate breathing from side to side. This is fantastic. And this is great, especially for Lisa and Bashakti and our friends in Thailand that are going to be heading to sleep soon. Those poor guys always get Kundalini before bed when they study with us. Here we go. So, right thumb, right nostril. Inhale through the left. And we close it. You can use the ring finger, close the left. There's a pinch and a pause. Some people retain a little bit longer. Then open your thumb and release through the right side. And it's not like this. Imagine you have a little vibhuti, a little bit of something underneath your nose, like a little bit of dust. And if you breathe too quickly, you'll inhale all that dust. And if you breathe out too quickly, you'll blow it all over the room. So it's a very controlled, breathing in from one side, breathing out through the other. So same side in. Close, opposite side out. Same side in. Other side out. Same side in. Rotate. Do this a few more times with your eyes closed. It's an interesting breath. If you find the left nostril a little plugged, could mean a few things. Left is passive energy, female energy, yin energy. So perhaps if it's a little blocked, you need a little bit more sleep, and perhaps you need to focus a little bit more on just that side and unblocking this particular channel, this female, if you will, Ida channel. If you're finding the right side, Pingala, the male side, the sun side, perhaps you need more activity, more energy. So you may want to spend a little bit of time breathing more specifically into and out of your right side. Now pranayama, these techniques are again something you want to be careful with. Deep breaths, too quickly, too slowly. You really want to respect your breathing. So make sure you have a teacher, and especially like here online where we can't actually be together, be really careful. If at any time you feel any dizziness, stop, take water, take a break, because you're really opening and refreshing your nervous system, and you want to be careful with that. In your seated pose now, rest your hands, breathe regularly, and feel, again, take a moment to just feel the left and the right side, to feel yourself, your true self, your eternal self. Because you're this divine, incredible being with this beautiful life that specifically has been designed for you. Just relax, go with the flow. Stop taking things so seriously. And remember, you can control those thoughts. You can take a moment, stop them, especially if they're not positive, and come to your breath. And you'll realize they were just imagination. That the only thing that is real is right here. You, me, now. Union, oneness, Om. And the now, the present, is magnificent. We are magnificent. So thank you for taking a few minutes to share your magnificence with me in the new space that I'm falling in love with. It's a beautiful town. When you're ready, bring your hands together if you will. And life really is what we make it. So if we feel it's a beautiful town, it's a beautiful town. If you feel it's a beautiful life, it's a beautiful life. It's a blissful life. So if you need to stay here, please turn me off. Or I'm going to turn off actually in a moment and stay and meditate. Otherwise, if you're closing with me, the divine light in me sees and honors the divine light in you. Namaste. 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 Thank you for joining. And thank you, Ramika. And have a fabulous time, Dia, on your horse. And Felisa, you got to come hang out with us from Thailand. It's awesome. And Bruce, I saw your full moon last night. Holy cow. So take care, everybody. Thanks for coming. Hopefully we'll balance some of that full moon out. Love you, sister. Bye, everybody.